Hello and welcome back to the Nexus gaming series. I am your caster this evening, the Crushinator, but I am not alone. I am here with Artha now. How you doing?
I'm doing wonderful, Crush. I'm really glad to be here. Thank you for having me, and I'm excited to see some All-Star Hots.
That's right, we've got the Division D East All-Star Exhibition games tonight. We're going to have 3 games in total between our All-Star players. We've got the lobby loading up for game number 1 just now, and we've got some squads that we have named ourselves. We've got the Uneven Tree Stumps versus the Stabby Crabbies. What are you thinking about these rosters so far here, Arthno?
Well, I'm really excited to see a lot of these inter-team matchups. I'm really excited to see DeWitt go toe-to-toe with Led and Cowboy Kyle. I mean, some of the best in their respective roles in this game, as well as Mark Zombie versus the Doctor and McGiblets. So, in particular, I'm most excited for that. But also, I mean, Stabby Crabby, you got the crab rave going, right?
That's right.
So, I'm here for the memes. I'm here for the dreams, Crush.
That sounds awesome. We're definitely looking forward to some spicy matchups today, and we've got some spicy games to be played. Now, game number 1's going to be pretty regular. We've got a normal draft here. We're going to be starting on Towers of Doom between our 2 squads, but from there it gets a little spicy. Game number 2, we're going into a Haunted Mines reverse draft, and of course, game 3, we're going to round things out with a good old-fashioned ARAM.
Yeah, starting this off, being nice and warm, making it regular, normal hot for all these All-Stars before we just start throwing curveballs at them.
That's right. We brought in these All-Star players and these All-Star roles, and we're going to throw some curveballs at them for sure. But we're going to start out with a pretty regular game here. Just missing one player. Taking a look to see if we can find our Aruba.
We were just talking to him a second ago.
He's definitely around. He was in the team Discord there, so we should have Aruba in here in just a moment, and then we can start game number 1.
What are you hoping to see here, Crush? I'm hoping to see a little bit of Murky, maybe some Deathwing.
Towers of Doom. Well, here's the thing. We have a pretty prescribed meta here on Towers of Doom. But we have seen some teams go with something a little different. Sometimes we see a Rexar, sometimes we do see that Murky, some global strats. So I'm thinking maybe our teams have something in synergize, something that they can pick up for Towers of Doom here.
And keep in mind that both of these teams did not know they were on the same All-Star team until, an hour ago? So hopefully none of them planned anything and we're throwing them under the bus, and they're just figuring it out as they go.
There wasn't a whole lot of planning to be done, that's for sure, but these are the best that our division has to offer, and I'm sure they can muster something up here on Towers of Doom. If I'm taking a look at our squads and looking at the heroes that they may choose to pick, there's a bit of overlap. There's a lot of Orphea and Sylvanas that we may see picked from both of our squads, but there's definitely some interesting picks that we might see here. One thing that I'm interested to see is if we're going to see a variant comp from either of these teams. I think that in a standard matchup here on Towers, Varian isn't usually the strongest tank, but if you're playing something a little funky, you're playing something to catch people on rotations, Varian can get a lot of value.
Absolutely. He's real good, especially whenever these teams aren't used to communicating with each other. So, some of the normal calls might slip under. So Variant could be real effective at just disrupting communication. That this person's missing. He's on his way top. These teams aren't used to talking to each other.
That's for sure. One thing we might see that would definitely be different from the normal NGS season is May. Haven't seen May in an NGS game since May was universally banned throughout the playoffs, though. If one comes through here, I'd be happy to see it.
Crush, you've done some casting for the Zul'jin Distillery Invitational, right? Have you seen a bit of May there?
I have seen a couple May games. They've been played pretty effectively. There's definitely some learning curve from the May players in trying to control those blizzards and using the icing to knock people into those stuns. But Mei just doesn't die. Like, she just keeps on living and keeps on going. She's the Energizer Bunny right now.
Yeah, she really is. She's impossible to kill.
So if you're going up against a Mei, you've got to just know that Mei's not the target. It's kind of like Chen. It's like you don't focus Chen. You just try to go past him. But in terms of passing a Mei, she's got an awful lot of abilities to keep you right in that spot.
It's real difficult. And I love seeing the cheese that some Meis do. I don't know if I've ever seen a Mei pull it off in competitive, but dropping the Blizzard and then dropping the Ice Block and seeing everyone focus the Ice Block.
Yeah, it's definitely a pretty cool combo. I'm hoping that we see a lot of it this next season, especially since the tank patch came through, and hopefully dislodge Johanna and ETC from the top, though. Given their win rates lately, I feel like they're still pretty far up there in the priority.
So, Crush, I'm seeing both teams already. Are you ready to get into this?
I think I am. Let's see if we can get this game going. We've got our teams ready. Game 1, Towers of Doom. Let's get into this draft.
Awesome. So we got the game loading up right now. I'm really hoping to see some Flying Spuds, Kel'Thuzad. That was a direct ban choice for my team against Flying Spuds because he's so good at Kel'Thuzad.
Absolutely. I have seen Spuds play some Kel'Thuzad, especially on Towers of Doom, though I have seen his Orphea as well, and it has been equally destructive. So we'll see whether the Stabby Krabbies have it in them for the ban.
Flying Spud's definitely one of the best mages in Division D.
Absolutely. We got a Tassadar ban coming out here from the Uneven Tree Stumps, wanting to get rid of that top tier mage.
I'm looking at the assassin list, and it's looking like 2 of the assassin players on Stabby Krabbies plays Tassadar in their top 2 heroes.
Yep, Tassadar definitely a strong pick for the Doctor and Sestrin. We'll see what they want for their ban. They're going to ban away Garrosh. Now, Garrosh did get a pretty major late-game buff in the last patch, which really upped his viability. Especially here on Towers of Doom with the Into the Fray and the Wrecking Ball, you can work around those lines of death on either side of the map very well.
Yeah, absolutely. And I know D-Wit's probably target banning Mark Zombie. D-Wit, Mark Zombie tank matchup is one of my favorite matchups to watch in this particular division of play. These 2 players have a respecting love/hatred for each other.
Definitely a very strong matchup between those 2. The tank bans do continue. ETC off the board there, so D-Wit is going to have to go down the list a little bit to see what tank they're going to be picking up. But with one more ban, we've got tanks already banned. It's actually going to be Sylvanas. Sylvanas is pretty high on the list for both of these teams.
For sure, and I think she gets a lot of value on Towers of Doom in particular, with the bottom lane being especially important. So anytime you get a free moment, you can push down that lane with Black Arrow.
Absolutely, and just the ability to turn off a tower and dive underneath it for free, always something you want to pick up. Now, first pick coming on through for the Uneven Tree Stumps. It's going to be a first pick Leoric coming out from Cowboy Kyle. That's an interesting first pick choice for their team here.
Makes sense. Cowboy Kyle is an excellent Leoric double soaker. In fact, one of the best in the league. The only person who outsoaks Cowboy Kyle is, in fact, Barber. So, in order to keep up, I'm expecting to see a Zul come out from Barber. I don't know if they're going to pick it up now or late, but I think that's the choice. But instead, we're going to get an Orphea from Sestrin and a Deckard from McGiblets. Both staple heroes for these 2 players.
Absolutely. Sestrin, top hero being Orphea, McGiblets, top hero being Deckard, so sticking to their favorites. I am expecting, like you said, possibly a Zul, possibly a Malthael. These are the standard Leoric opponents for double soaking here on towers. We're going to have a Lunara from Aruba, and Led is going to be playing Stukov. The Lunara is an interesting pick here. What do you make of that, Arthano?
That's definitely interesting. On this map, I'm not sure how I feel. I'm not a great Lunara player, and this is my worst map, so I'm not going to pretend I know anything about this pick. But Aruba does play a very good Lunara. This is in his top 5 heroes from last season. Actually, top 6. It's number 6. Now,
One interesting use case I've seen for Lunara is actually matching a double soaker like Malthael, just putting out a bunch of extra damage and slows and causing Malthael to have to retreat and slow down those rotations. So we could see some trickery coming out from the uneven tree stumps here, as we see an actual Stitches is banned away by the Stabby Crabbies.
I think that's a good observation there, Crush, because Lunara is basically the ultimate offlane counter whenever you don't see it coming.
Diablo banned away, so we're not going to see any stay a while APOC combos coming out from DeWitt and the rest of the squad.
So I do want to point out Stukov was picked up by Led. I don't know if you happen to see any of Led Stukov this last season, but there was a match where Led, in my opinion, single-handedly won the game as Stukov on a boss throw on Tomb of the Spider Queen. So I'm very excited to see this.
Very strong point control from Stukov, and when it comes to playmaking supports, he's definitely near the top. So we see DeWitt is going to grab Mal'Ganis, and there's that Zool from Barber.
Yeah, not too surprising of a pick. This is a very comfortable hero for Barber, and the hero's great here. I mean, excellent pick, in my opinion.
Definitely a very strong double soaker. Leoric's not going to be able to slow down Zool too much. There's that Spuds, Kel'Thuzad, and then a Johanna rounding out for Mark Zombie.
Kel'Thuzad possibly going to have a hard time against Setstren. Just lots of mobility on that mage, but Flying Spuds is an incredible Kel'Thuzad, so I'm excited to see the limits of his skill pushed here.
Especially paired with a Johanna to slow people down, getting those stacks could be easier, but could be a whole lot harder with the Doctor picking up Tracer.
And there's a whole lot of mobility coming out from Stabby Crabbies here, so Flying Spuds is going to definitely be tested.
Absolutely, but we'll see what the All-Star Mage can do. We're getting into game number 1 here. It's the Uneven Tree Stumps versus Stabby Crabbies on Towers of Doom. Let's get into it. Alright, loading in here to Towers of Doom. We've got a pretty standard comp coming out from the Uneven Tree Stumps versus a very flanky mobile comp coming out from the Stabby Crabbies. Who do you think's gonna got the early edge here, Arthano?
It's hard to say for sure. I kind of favor Stabby Crabbies just because there's a whole lot of CC on that side. Any Mal'Ganis, Deckard, or Zool route is going to be followed up by Orphea and Tracer quite effectively, where on Uneven Tree Stump side, it's just a lot higher execution, and these teams don't play with each other a lot. So I give it to the lower execution comp.
I think you've got a point there for sure. Tracer's going to have to watch out for those Lunara leaping strikes, though. That could be a turning point as level 10s come on through. But we are loading in here to game number 1. Arthano, who's there on the left?
So on Uneven Tree Stump, we got Cowboy Kyle on the Leoric, we got Aruba on the Lunara, we got Flying Spuds on the Kel'Thuzad, we got Led on the Stukov, and over to you, Crush. Oh, Mark Zombie on the Johanna. How could I forget Mark?
On the right in the red, we have the Stabby Crabbies with DeWitt playing the Mal'Ganis. The Doctor is on Tracer. McGiblets will be playing the Deckard. Barber on Zool, and Sezdrin on the Orphea.
4,
Game number 1 is underway.
1. Let the battle begin.
So it looks like right now Cowboy Kyle is going to go ahead and split off to the top lane while the rest of the teams do the standard mid lane handshake agreement before starting the match. So we got this all-important vision going on down in the bot lane for Uneven Tree Stumps to possibly get ready, but Led's going to go ahead and pull out a silence on Doctor and Barber, and the Doctor's going to go ahead and back out, and the big Frost Nova coming out from Kel'Thuzad, stopping Doctor dropping real low, and Johanna's going to stun him, and Doctor drops down, up, and there's a pause.
The pause coming in just a little bit too late to save the Doctor. Gonna see what the problem is. We've got a mouse issue. Oh no, a mouse is broken.
Uh-oh. Choice to do just that against Stabby Crabbies, but hold that thought. This game's starting back up. Mark Zombie dropping real low. DeWitt coming in with the stun, but he gets silenced by Led. but he is going to walk away just fine. Now, Flying Spuds is being chased down by Setsran, but Mark Zombie manages to stun him a little bit, and now Setsran dropping real low by Aruba, so Aruba's going to stop him, but D-Wood's dropping real low. He's below 100 health. He's dropping real low. Led's going to silence him. Aruba's going to drop him down past 50. He's dropping real low. The poison drops him, and Mark Zombie gets the kill.
DeWitt playing with fate there, diving the tower, trying to find the Kel'Thuzad. They didn't find the Kel'Thuzad, and kind of went a bit of a ring around the Rosie there, but Mal'Ganis does end up going down, and Aruba could be next.
Look at Tracer. Tracer's at 90%. Still gets that kill, even without the pulse bomb. But hold that thought. Flying Spuds is going to drop the Frost Nova. Setsran getting real low, but Led's coming in, hitting him with that tentacle arm, but McGiblet saves him with the potion.
Very nice save there by McGiblets, dropping the potions to allow Orphea to get on out of there.
Wow.
And another 2 stacks for Flying Spuds. We're almost halfway through this quest.
How's he doing that so fast? Mark Zombie gets a 2-man stun with the Convection. Is it Convection? It's Condemn. I always say that. Flying Spuds real low, walking back to the tower. Oh, Doctor finishes him off just barely. D-Wood dropping real low. He's getting pulled back. He's poisoned. He's below 50 health. Is he gonna make it? Oh, the potion just barely misses in time, and he drops down. Mark Zombie with the toxic spray.
Mal'Ganis reaching out for that potion. It was in his hand, and then DeWitt goes down again. These counter kills have been tremendous from both of our squads.
That had to have been like half a frame off.
It was very, very close. It looks like Zul and Leoric are trading honorably in the top lane for now.
I want
But
to point out, Kel'Thuzad, 2.5 minutes in, 1 stack from getting Glacial Spike.
doing extremely well right now, cleaning up the middle lane as both of our teams are going to grab their camps. Mark Zombie looking for a possible invade, but DeWitt sniffs it out. Very strong macro from our 2 all-star teams for now. Pretty even on levels. We've got the uneven tree stumps with a little bit of a lead here, but it looks like, oh, the Ruby connects. DeWitt's going to go in.
2-man stun coming from Mark Zombie, but also 2-man stun coming out from DeWitt, and the Doctor puts a pulse bomb on Led, forcing him to walk away and get safe, but now Led's back up with that amazing Stukov healing. And now putting Doctor kind of in a dangerous situation, but DeWitt gets a 2-man stun off, and he's coming out with the sleep, but Mark Zombie stops him from getting any sleeps off. Man, look at that Stukov auto attack damage. He's DPS-wise, he's matching Tracer, it looks like.
The Stukov auto attacks, along with those Lunara slows, are really slowing the advance of the Stabby Krabbies. We see that Glacial Spike has come into play here. The Doctor, flanking from the side, is going to have to avoid those keys from Kel'Thuzad, but is going to grab those Ruby potions to stay healthy. Definitely a strong combo, the Deckard Ruby with the Tracer Dive.
Absolutely, and it's high execution on Doctor's end because any one mess up is a death by him. Both Lunara and Kel'Thuzad wreck him, but Doctor getting stuck by the Frozen Nova, and now he's dropping real low, and he's gonna get that potion and manage to recall out. He might make it. He might make it, Crush. He's dropping real low.
he's
Oh my
working on
goodness.
Oh, Tracer manages to escape. The Lunara slows are just wreaking havoc on the Stabby Krabbies, really canceling out the mobility that we saw in the draft.
Absolutely. I mean, Lunara's running a workshop here against this draft. And now the Doctor
is
going in with
way
another
deep.
3rd health. Oh, can he make it? Oh, Doctor drops down.
Oh, DeWitt manages to find the Fell Claws onto Lunara. It's a 1-for-1 trade. There goes Kel'Thuzad, though.
Now the Stabby Krabbies looking at an advantage on this first objective wave.
They do grab that objective, get the extra shots, and they're going to try to push in here to the bottom towers. Tracer now back on the field. Looks like Zul is a little bit ahead of Leoric on these rotations. We take a look at the talents here. We do have the Neil Peasants on Leoric. That's definitely going to help in keeping up with the Zul, who is going just blue build as expected.
Kel'Thuzad at 23 stacks, already almost to that additional spell power.
Oh, DeWitt does find Aruba with the sleep.
Flying Spuds gets a 2-man Frost Nova, but he doesn't manage to finish it off, and instead Setsran's going to come in with that massive Orphea damage and drop down the Kel'Thuzad, buying a little bit more time before he gets more stacks. DeWitt getting on the offensive, sleeping Led. Led's going to be in a bad position with Deckard finishing him off with the magic Dorito.
Very nicely done there by McGiblets, entrapping Stukov there. Level 10's about to come in here for the Stabby Krabbies. Though Kel'Thuzad is going to have that ult soon, is already at 26 stacks on that quest. Looks like the Stabby Krabby is going to take their time to invade the enemy camp. If I take a look at the ults on the side of Stabby Krabbies, we do have the Poison Nova coming out from Zool, Crushing Jaws on Orphea, Pulse Rounds on Tracer, Stay a While and Listen on Deckard, and the Carrion Swarm from Mal'Ganis. So looks like we got another engagement here.
Two-man stun coming out from DeWitt, but a big heal coming out from Led, and managing to save his teammates. And now we got ults over on Uneven Tree Stump side, just in time for the second objective. So we're looking at a massive shove.
Yep, massive shove from Led. That's going to be very, very tough to deal with around the tower, or the lines of death here on Towers of Doom. 2 more stacks needed by Flying Spuds for that extra spell damage. Oh, that can't quite find it there, and we're going to have a fight over the bottom shrine.
He almost had it. DeWitt coming in with the big aggressive play on Flying Spuds. Flying Spuds having the run from DeWitt, but McGiblet's coming out with the stay a while and listen. Cowboy Kyle dropping real low, and he drops dead to the Mal'Ganis. Mal'Ganis actually getting a triple kill right there, picking up Lead on the Stukov and Mark Zombie on the Johanna. So once again, objective favoring Stabby Krabby.
Very nicely done from the Krabbies, controlling that space, getting the stuns they needed, and that's a triple kill. Now they're going to take that space to move onto the tower. Oh no, Lunara getting caught there.
Oh, but Flying Spuds managing to get the icy chains off and also getting the Shadow Fissure on DeWitt, dropping him down to half health, but not enough to do anything. And in fact, DeWitt's going to come back and get revenge on Flying Spuds for that. The Carrion Swarm pulling him back, and Orphea with the Mega Chomp. Flying Spuds
is turning it around.
Oh my god!
It's a triple kill from Flying Spuds.
How did they turn that around?
Unbelievable jukes underneath the fort, killing Tracer, Orphea, and Mal'Ganis. Unbelievable. Very nicely done there by Flying Spuds.
That's like play of the season right there, right here in the All-Star match.
The All-Star match is delivering.
That saved the game, because that was looking real bad for Uneven Tree Stumps right there. McGiblet's coming out with the sleep and a magic Dorito stopping Flying Spuds, but there's no follow-up coming from Stabby Krabby, so...
No, but defensive sleep there from McGiblets, not wanting to be dove on once the gate went down. We are in a 5-on-5 situation. It actually looks like the Stabby Krabbies have more than made up their XP lead here.
Absolutely. Now these teams are very close in XP, but Stabby Krabby managing to get on ahead.
The Orc and Zool continue their honorable double-soaking duel, but it looks like both teams had the same idea, going for a gank in the mid, and we got a full-blown fight here.
It's a Cold War. They're just joking. They're gonna back off now.
The old just kidding engage as the Cowboy Kyle is trying to pick up the altar is stopped by DeWitt. DeWitt could be in a little bit of trouble back here.
Magic Dorito getting 3. DeWitt managing to walk away just barely, and the Mega Chomp coming out from Orphea. Led's walking away with 3/4 of his health. He should be just fine. Barber coming out with the Poison Nova, and Mark Zombie getting a 3-man condemn. Flying Spuds walking away, being chased down by the Tracer. Tracer pulse bombs. You know, Mark Zombie's dropping real low, but Led manages to save him. Cowboy Kyle looking at being rooted by Zool, but he's unstoppable. He's gonna walk away just fine. Mark Zombie's walking away. Oh, my Flying Spuds jumping real low. DeWitt chasing him down, managing to get the kill. Cowboy Kyle jumping real low, and he's going to drop down just barely. And McGiblets secures that point, managing to give more of an advantage to Stabby Krabby.
Stabby Krabby's using that Deckard healing, using that Mal'Ganis regen to really come out ahead in these extended engagements. Very nicely done from the red team. With
DeWitt turning around, getting a surprise sleep.
DeWitt could be in trouble here, getting slowed by the Lunara, trying to use the Fell Claws to get away. But Sestrin is there to ward away the uneven tree stumps. Oh, Led could be in trouble here. The Doctor is on the chase.
Led just barely walking away below 500 health, and Giblet's coming out with the sleep, and instead Flying Spud stops him with the Icy Chains, and the Mega Trump coming out stopping Aruba. Aruba getting stunned by that and put in the Magic Dorito, but Led getting a mega push on the Doctor. Mark Zombie's gonna walk away just barely, having to pop his trait. Setstrand dropping real low. Aruba putting on the damage, putting on the slow. Setstrand, is he gonna get away? No, he does not. And instead, D-Wood's gonna turn around, get a double stun, and Mark Zombie dropping real low, but managing to trade with the Aruba. Can D-Wood get away with lifesteal? The answer is no.
Very nicely done there by Uneven Tree Stumps. McGiblet's with a huge sleep as McGiblet's gonna get away. It lands the spray and gets away. Very nicely turned around there, and as it looks like they're gonna siege the bottom keep. Mark Zombie's taking a little extra damage, but that's exactly what the Iron Skin is for. And Uneven Tree Stumps grab the structure advantage with a single altar in the bottom lane.
And put an end.
Stabby Cryabby may be ahead in points, but on this map, structure is way more important. So if they can't get that structure back, they might be in trouble.
On the grave keeper.
This is where the game truly begins on Towers of Doom. Can Stabby Crabbies get onto this bottom fort, or will they be warded away by the Uneven Tree Stumps? Looks like Uneven Tree Stumps will ward away with their camp. The rest of Stabby Crabbies, they see Mark Zombie coming in. They've got a tough angle here. This could be the engagement that the Stabby Crabbies needed, but a huge combo for KTZ!
The thing is, we're gonna see Kel'Thuzad really come online here as they're forcing these close quarter ranged engagements. So Kel'Thuzad's gonna have a real good time bullying this lane, protecting this objective for this fort.
With those chains and those glacial spikes, almost nowhere in that area is safe for the Stabby Crabbies. Oh my goodness, a combo onto a recalling Tracer. Is there anything that can stop Flying Spuds?
I mean, this team is mobile. This team is a Kel'Thuzad's worst nightmare, and Kel'Thuzad's still just going to town. Mark Zombie getting a stun on the Giblet, but no follow-up able to happen from there as they're kind of deep in their own base. D-Wood looking to get a little aggressive and set up a stun, but he doesn't manage to hit anyone, and instead the Magic Dorito comes out on Led, and Led gets caught, but not able to be followed up on by anyone. Doctor getting kind of aggressive on Aruba, drops a pulse bomb, but Led heals him back up and keeps Aruba safe.
I do see Zool is starting to get the better of Leoric on those rotations, getting a little bit of damage on that top tower. That could be the way to, or the path to a comeback here for controlling the map from the Stabby Crabbies. Lunara's picking up the bottom altar, Tracer's picking up the top right, and the fight will be coming in here on the top left altar. Cowboy Kyle's getting pushed away here by DeWitt.
A big four-man Blessed Shield coming out from Johanna, but the rest of Uneven Tree Stump wasn't quite there to do anything, so they're not able to even save this objective, even if they can save themselves.
So they had the structure advantage, but they gave up two of those altars over to the Stabby Crabbies. Definitely zone control coming out from the red team very, very strong. Zool with that full blue build can take camps with ease. It looks like Cowboy Kyle has sniffed it out there. We could have a duel here in the top lane. Poison Nova is committed by Barber, and Leoric's gonna have to walk on out of there. That's the top camp taken by Barber. Meanwhile, in the bottom lane, Stabby Crabby's trying to work this tower down.
Tower only at half health, so it's going to be a little bit difficult for Stabby Crabbies to get this back. But they have a pretty comfortable lead, so I don't think they're stressing about it too much. And Zul's managing to pressure top lane pretty well.
Cowboy Kyle trying to get the Entomb onto Zool in tower range. We got a fight, though.
Blessed Shields, and a big Shadow Fissure coming out from Kel'Thuzad, dropping two heroes, but Orphea manages to get the Kel'Thuzad, but the fight still favors Uneven Tree Stump. And Setstram managing to do Orphea things and just dance around Uneven Tree Stump with most of her health. So if they're not careful, Orphea could wipe all of them.
1 versus 3. Orphea likes those odds. Uneven Tree Stumps will have to back off and let Orphea back. That top tower very, very low on the side of uneven tree stumps. Zool's getting some good work done up there. Level 20 is about to be here for both teams as well.
The time is now, heroes.
Looks like Lead is going to grab that bottom altar. Aruba working on the top one, but the Doctor is here to stop that. With 2 members down for the Stabby Crabbies, there's only so much they're going to be able to do here.
Managing to get 10 points on this objective, though, was huge for Uneven Tree Stumps, bringing this game back to a more respectable 14 to 15. Though they have 2 structures, really all their structures are kind of weak.
Yeah, this is the setup here for Stabby Crabbies. If they do manage to get a team fight in their favor, they could just sweep the map here.
Absolutely.
Zool showing a ton of value in that double rotation. The top tower is actually going to be going down here as Barber commits the Poison Nova, and there it is. The top tower is down. Oh, Blessed Shield's coming out, though.
Coming out, and the Kel'Thuzad manages to get the kill with help on Lunara. But D-Wood dropping down through the poison. He might not make it. He's dropping real low. Can Giblet save him? No, he cannot. But instead, Uneven Tree Stump's going to keep fighting Setstran, forcing the fight on Mark Zombie. And oh my goodness, he does not get the kill. Flying Spuds does not get what could have been a game-changing kill. But you know what? This is still very favorable for Uneven Tree Stump, and this will really still help them win.
Still managing to find those 2 kills, almost finding 2 more, but Sestrin and McGiblets were able to wiggle on out of there. And the camp once again taken by the Uneven Tree Stump. Sestrin actually taking a lot of damage. Gotta be careful there with that Lunara poison.
It's so much damage.
Leoric desperately trying to work on that top tower. Zool's actually kind of working on the mid tower here. The clear is very strong.
This is a very important objective for Uneven Tree Stumps to get, because right now Zul's just making them suffocate in all other lanes that are not the bot lane. They need that time. Mark Zombie ripping Blessed Shield and Flying Spuds managing to follow up and get both kills. Who is this man?
Mark Zombie showing that Johanna's got all the health needed to survive in that space, setting it up for Flying Spuds, and Flying Spuds knocking him down. Poor Leoric in the top lane trying to deal with this camp pressure from the Zool. Looks like the rest of the Uneven Tree Stumps are finally going to have the opportunity to come on up here and grab this tower back. But Stabby Crabby's taking the bottom lane back in the meantime.
So now we're going to get all lanes to even. And I do want to point out, I'm not a big Kel'Thuzad player, but I do want to point out Kel'Thuzad's level 4 Armor of the Archlich. I think this is a very big pickup. I don't think that's typical, but in this particular case, against the Tracer and Orphea who can get right up on Kel'Thuzad, this is a very interesting pick. Nearby enemies take 107 damage and are slid by 35%.
Getting that extra physical armor, very, very good.
If someone in the chat could tell me if that's standard or not. I don't think it is, but if it's not, I think this is the choice here. Which
definitely a strong situational pick. I don't think that's super common as well, though I'm not a Kel'Thuzad player myself.
I mean, Flying Spuds right here is giving us a clinic on how to play Kel'Thuzad, so whatever this man is
looking for the flank here, we've got to fight.
2-man Blessed Shield coming out, and God, Flying Spuds just managing to do work on them, but Tracer gets a counter kill on Stukov, so right now the team fight's still even, but Mark Zombie dropping down due to the Doctor on Tracer. Frost Nova coming out, buried alive coming from Cowboy Kyle, managing to set the Mal'Ganis in his tracks. Aruba and Cowboy Kyle trying to do something about Setstran and Doctor, but it's just too much. They're too mobile. It's too hard to follow up, and Cowboy Kyle possibly going to drop down, and Tracer manages to get the pulse bomb, but Flying Spuds and Aruba both just doing work on Orphea, dropping her down. Aruba dropping real low. The Doctor chases her down and finishes her. Magic Dorito possibly catching Flying Spuds, and does catch Flying Spuds, and the Doctor finishes Flying Spuds. All 5 down on Uneven Tree Stump.
It was a 1-for-1, then a 2-for-2, and a 3-for-3, but ultimately it was the Doctor and McGiblets taking him out. Full team wipe here from the Stabby Crabbies. This isn't the greatest sieging duo I've ever seen before, but they're going to work on it.
It's getting the job done. The Doctor and McGiblets teammates on the Nexus Cat, so lots of synergy between those two, I would imagine.
Grabbing that altar while they have the opportunity. Cowboy Kyle will be back on the field shortly. This actually might be a tough boss steal here. Barber is coming in to assist. Stukov will be joining the field as well. Very nice Wraith Walk from Cowboy Kyle, seeing Barbara come in to get on out of there. Mark Zombie saying, no, you're not getting out of here.
Buried alive coming up from Cowboy Kyle. Could this be the fight Uneven Tree Stump needs? Another condemn on 3 people, but they're not able to follow up with the damage. McGiblet's popping, Blessing of the Ancients, and Cowboy Kyle dropping real low, running away as Leoric. He does not manage to make it. Tracer manages to get Leoric. Orphea manages to get Johanna, and this might be it for Uneven Tree Stump. This is a very pivotal fight in favor of Stabby Krabby.
Stabby Krabbies has the bottom lane control. Next altar phase will be coming up soon. Led is in a little bit of trouble here. Orphea Crushing Jaws doesn't land, though.
Sutstern dropping real low by Aruba. Aruba managing to get that pick. McGiblet's real low. Maybe Uneven Tree Stump can make something work with these 3 heroes. Dewa dropping real low thanks to the power of Kel'Thuzad. He's silenced. He's... Zoning Shadow Fissure managing to make Dewa turn around, but the Doctor manages to get a pick on Lunara. That's devastating. Only 2 heroes left on Uneven Tree Stumps, fighting for their life right now. And 1 hero left, Flying Spuds. He has been the MVP of this game. Maybe he can just make it happen. Cowboy Kyle back up, though.
Almost making that 3v5 defense work. Got 1 kill, almost got 2 more, almost got a full wipe there, actually. But ultimately, the healing, the jukes, put Stabby Krabbies in a commanding position here coming into this altar phase.
Mark Zombie's up with the flashlight. They just need to save one of these altars and they can stay in this game just for a little bit longer. But the numbers certainly favor Stabby Krabby. McGiblet's popping the Blessing of the Ancient. Is that what it's called? I don't remember. Magic Dorito popping out, getting 2 roots right there. McGiblet's following up with the Stay a While and Listen. Mark Zombie dropping real low. But Cowboy Kyle drops buried alive. Can Flying Spuds follow up? He's real low. It's going to be real hard for him to follow up. The Doctor on Cowboy Kyle like bad on Santa Claus. And that makes Leoric drop down.
Kel'Thuzad interrupt not quite in time, and here come the shots. That is going to be it. Stabby Krabby is going up 1-0 in this exhibition series. GG's.
I forget, the sound clip's always much longer than I remember. I can fix this. Can I? Oops. Uh-oh. No, I can't. I am so sorry. I'm just not going to play that anymore.
No worries at all. All right. Looking at the post-game screen, we had a bit of a bloodbath there. 21 kills to 24.
It was a very close game, exactly what you would hope to see from the All-Star match.
Extremely high damage coming out from our 2 teams. 4 players over 90,000 hero damage. Just, wow. Both healers at over 100,000 healing. Fantastic game number 1 here in this Division D East All-Star matchup.
And what an exciting game it was. I mean, the Doctor, Aruba, Flying Spuds, all big players. D-Wood and Mark Zombie making big plays. McGiblet's making big plays. Setstrand, excellent Orphea player. I mean, everyone was excellent. I don't know what happened in the offlane, to be honest. We didn't really watch the offlane that much. But I'm sure they were great, too.
The Zool definitely got the better of the Leoric towards the late game there. We saw some good plays from Cowboy Kyle, almost catching the Zool in an Entomb under tower fire, but just 1 little quarter of that Entomb was peeking out of range. But ultimately, very, very strong game number 1.
All right, I believe we need to go into the player drafting room to make reverse draft happen.
I believe we're going to need some input from our players for sure, so let's get on over there
to handle this if we can get everyone in player draft room. Eric can hop in their lobby and
there we go. All right.
Oh.
Muradin and Nova are our next 2 picks.
That hurts me.
Muradin and Nova. There's the Alex Straza hover. Okay, all right, I think we're getting things underway here. So, who pairs badly with Alex Straza? Alex Straza wants people to be still. Who am I giving over to Stabby Krabbies right now? Let's see. I'm thinking that I think there's not really, I mean, I guess you could argue that Muradin's not the greatest tank ever. But in terms of tanks, a lot of them are pretty solid right now, so you think you'd kind of have to focus on the assassins if you want to really give them something bad.
I think so too. Maybe they're just knocking out their required picks while they need to. So both of these teams are looking at 1-1-1, one tank, one healer, and one assassin as part of their draft requirements.
Mm-hmm.
And then 2 flex picks. I would think Kerrigan would kind of suck to be paired with Alex Straza. Ooh, Tyrael and Diva.
Tyrael Diva has been called. We can't go into the future and get that Diva rework, so we're going to have to play with it as it is.
Haven't we been talking about that rework for like 2 years now?
I feel like it's been a while. It's been soon TM'd a couple times, though it seemed to have been a soon not TM'd in the latest AMA. So I don't know if they're talking about mid-season patch, I don't know if they're talking about next season patch. But allegedly next patch is what they told us.
Hopefully soon.
So we've got Tyrael, Diva, Alex Straza. They do still need to hand over a ranged assassin. We've got Muradin and we've got Nova. Surprised to see no Probius, no Lost Vikings in terms of, you know, maybe there's some folks here who actually play them. I know I don't.
I know I'd be concerned. So now we have the pick over on Stabby Krabby's side, looking at 2 heroes for them.
So they've got to pick something to go alongside Muradin and Nova. I'm thinking I give them Lucio Morales. I think that's what I would give them.
I think that's the pick.
It's going to be Oriel Morales going out.
You know what? That's as awful.
That's pretty bad. So we've got an Oriel with I'm gonna guess a Muradin battery here. You got to go with the empathetic link. So for the last 2 picks for Uneven Tree Stumps to gift over to Stabby Krabbies, they do still need to give them a ranged assassin. But the last pick, anything can go. Thinking about what would be truly awful with this. I think you got to make sure you don't give over someone who can camp too easily. This is a camping map.
This is.
So you can't give them the Illidan. You'd think I'd be better at drafting badly, given my position in the league this last season. This should be an easier task for me.
I mean, there's so many factors in simply winning a game. I've seen your team's draft. Your team drafts quite well.
Let's see here. Diva, Alex, Straws, and Tyrael. There's definitely a lack of auto attack damage. I think you got to keep that train rolling. Lili's a little bit too strong.
Who would I give as a ranged assassin here? The thing is, I think everyone else that's left is fine.
There's not a lot of weak points anymore. Ranged assassins that aren't doing well right now. Gosh.
Actually, I'd give Chromie. Muradin and Nova would both do really well against Chromie.
That's a good point. I wasn't thinking about choosing a hero that your team already does well into. Chromie could be trouble. Hanzo.
Probius
Junkrat.
Absolutely
so there is
nasty.
the Probius. Probius going to be doing... I think Probius can still solo camps if they know the actual build to go. Got Probius Junkrat coming out for the Krabbies. Last pick here. What will they stick with this squad? I still think Lucio's the call. Lucio, Oriel, Morales, Nova, Muradin. That's a comp right there. Let's see if they sniff that one out or if they've got a different idea.
hyper carry Nova comp.
Looks like Stabby Krabbies may be trying to decide who on Earth can actually play Junkrat. We do have a Probius hover, that's good. Poor Junkrat. I feel like there was a big push maybe like a year and a half ago to get some talent diversity onto Junkrat. And then everyone just kind of forgot.
Yeah, that's very
You're
true.
like, that's fine.
Looking for last pick from Stabby Krabby.
See what they can choose anything. All the necessary elements are already in this comp.
I know the doctor owns Junkrat, so that should be covered.
That's good. Okay. Deep discussions going on the side of Stabby Krabbies. The wave clear is weak. Oriole is leading the pack on the wave clear.
Yeah, Oriole's best wave clear hero.
Does Nova have a wave clear talent anymore? Does she have that snipe that if you snipe the middle minion, the AoE is enough? Chat's saying that level 16 Nova wave clear is great. Okay. It's going to be White Mane for our final pick here. An equally brutal wave clearer.
Led switching over to the white main, looking like maybe Aruba will play the Oriole.
There we got the Junkrat hover. Alright, they figured out who's playing it. We just need to make sure that we've got an Oriole. And we'll be all set. Looks like Spuds owns Oriole. Oh my goodness. We're going to see the most damagey, combo-oriented Oriole that you ever did see. It's time for some... It's time for some wall bang combos.
Oops.
We're working on it. We're getting there. Does Aruba own Nova?
Surely Aruba does. All-star assassin player. Why wouldn't you have Nova?
There's Nova.
Oh, look at that! There's even a mastery portrait under there. Mastery ring.
Just need to get led on to... Gosh, who was it? Oriole.
Alright, once we have 10 ready, we will get started.
Oh, that was just linking Alexstrasza build. Got it.
Oh, that's really nice of him, giving it to the opponent.
That's interesting that you... Well, I guess it makes sense that you wouldn't be able to link the talent build of another hero when you're not hovering it.
Yeah, that's true.
Alright. We're readying up here. Alright, everyone's doing it. We're getting in here to game number 2 with this reverse draft on Haunted Mines. Just need 4 more and we'll be ready to go. It looks like Uneven Tree Stumps did give away a little bit of wave clear. That could be the difference here in this game, Arthano.
I think you're right. I mean, wave clear is just such a big deal on this map that I totally know how to play competitively.
Absolutely. The camp clear is equally bad.
Maybe we'll see
I think
some
Murden.
Nova.
I think we're going to need to see a Murden Sledgehammer if they're going to clear these camps at all. All right, getting in here. Let's load up game number 2.
I saw DeWitt say fake build in the chat as the game was loading. Maybe led with sabotaging Stabby Krabby.
The dirty double cross. All right, loading in here to an alleged map according to Flying Spuds. We'll see if he figures out how to get down to the second level.
Hasn't even heard of the downstairs.
Little does he know, the downstairs isn't actually where you're supposed to go here on Haunted Mines, but we'll see if these teams figure it out. Arthano, who's on the left in the blue?
In the blue, we have Uneven Tree Stump. We got Flying Spuds on White Man. We got Lead on Oreo. We got Cowboy Kyle on Morales. We got Aruba on Nova. And we got Arch Zombie on the Murd. And then over to you, Crush.
On the right in the red, we have the Stabby Krabbies with Sezdrin playing the Diva. McGiblets is on Alex Straza. The Doctor is playing Junkrat. DeWitt is on the Tyrael. And Barber is playing Probius.
4, 3, 2.
Uh-oh,
Here
who
we
offlanes for uneven tree stumps?
Uneven Tree Stumps is going to have to send someone up there. It's going to be an interesting choice. It looks like Nova maybe hanging around the area for now. If I had to pick, gosh, that's a tough one.
I think
I almost want to send Muradin up there, to be honest.
I think I'd do Muradin and just bank on the triple healers keeping Nova alive.
The Doctor taking a little bit of damage here. Gonna have to be careful. That Probius wave clear is going to be nothing to scoff at.
Probius possibly being uneven tree stumps downfall. That's going to be real hard to manage. Right now, Flying Spuds as the off-lane white man, actually taking it to Setstrin if you look right up there in the top lane.
There it is. Setstrin down past half health here. Flying Spuds figuring out how a non-Kel'Thuzad hero works and doing the work up there.
We might be onto a new meta. Off-lane white main winning this matchup against Diva.
Almost as potent as off-lane Ana. It's the secret meta. Don't even worry about it. That's the way to go. Mark Zombie stacking up those Qs. Take a look at the talents here. We do have grenade build from Morales trying to eke out every single little bit of damage they can possibly find. The Searing Light from Oriel for the kill him with the heals. And it looks like Stabby Krabbies is moving to the camp clear. Now this will be interesting. Who's got the better point control? Mark Zombie trying to drive DeWitt on out of there. I think Probius with those null zones. But
Mark Zombie
comes up back. Let us stick it onto the point. The Doctor's getting harassed by Aruba. Oh, and the Stabby Krabbies do manage to pick it up. First blood drawn by the Stabby Krabbies.
I don't even know how to cast these team fights because everything feels like it's moving in slow motion.
There are things that are happening. This is to be sure. Oriel spamming out those Qs for damage. Cowboy Kyle stacking up those grenades. White Mane is slaying in the top lane. Sestra down below 60 health is going to have to back.
Who knew White Mane could out off lane Diva? That's a very
We thought the wave clear was going to be the key to victory, but it was the White Mane in the off lane that is currently ruling the roost.
Apparently, right now, XP slightly favors uneven tree stump due to this.
Now here comes the mine phase, opening up in 25 seconds here. For those who haven't seen this map or haven't seen it in a very long time, don't forget that you can actually go underground here to access the objective. Or if you remember the later days of competitive play, just not go under there ever. We'll see what our teams choose to do.
Why do the objective?
Both teams working on these camps. Sapper camp at the top being taken by the Stabby Krabbies. Trying desperately to grab this siege camp is uneven tree stumps. It looks like they will manage to get it done.
You can see here that all the healers are going damaging talents over on uneven tree stumps.
Absolutely. The Righteous Flame from Flying Spuds proving critical in this off-lane matchup. Morales looking for that extra grenade damage. Perfect storm from Muradin. All the damage they can possibly find. We actually see Muradin dueling Diva down in the depths, trying to collect those skulls. Nova down there as well, trying to pick up some extra skulls. DeWitt is chasing Cowboy Kyle underneath a fort in the bottom lane. This is chaos.
Oh, but Lud comes in with the stun and the Q from Oreo, and D-Wood's dropping real low. Lud's waiting by that sword, thinking he's going to teleport to Eldrin's might. But D-Wood's going to walk away, but he's real low, and he's kind of walking towards the back. I'm really invested in this chase. Nothing else matters in this match to me right now.
Led is on the chase. DeWitt is slowly regenerating health. Oriel, oh, the speed coming out from DeWitt, and Oriel will have to walk away. Some great jukes there. The extra healing damage, not quite enough to take out Tyrael.
We got a real exciting race going on in the downstairs with Aruba being the only person downstairs slowly getting all the skulls.
Diva doing a good job of grabbing those skulls. Nova is in the vicinity, grabbing some skulls of their own, but oh, Junkrat gonna contest a little bit there. Both teams very even on skulls here. It's gonna ultimately come down to the boss. if one team does actually want to pick up this objective, as DeWitt chasing Cowboy Kyle away in the bottom lane.
It's going to be real difficult to do that boss without too much investment coming from either team, though, this early on.
Absolutely. Uneven tree stumps. Not the greatest boss clear. Cowboy Kyle getting harassed again by DeWitt. Aruba coming in for the save. DeWitt could be in trouble here as Mark Zombie coming up from underneath.
And Oreo getting a kill on Proby.
The classic gank duo of Oriole Whitemane takes out Probius in the top lane. It looks like Stabby Krabby's just working on this boss. Here's Seztran, the Doctor, and McGiblets, but here comes Mark Zombie and Aruba looking to spoil the party. Diva Bomb is out.
Diva Bomb coming out, and McGiblets tossing Mark Zombie back in there, and objective now favoring Stabby Krabby.
Stabby Krabbies does pick up the majority of those boss skulls. They're going to have a 66-34 Grave Golem. Sestrin could be in trouble here. Nova with those snipes. That gets blasted forward. Whitemane with the slows.
Looking for a stun, and he manages to get it.
Diva going down.
A nice whip coming from Led, stunning the Doctor against the wall. Mark Zombie looking for blood. McGiblets dropping real low. The assassin Oreo coming in for the kid.
Killed him with the heal. The level 1 talent coming up big. 4 uneven tree stumps. Here come the Grave Golems.
This boss race is going to be horrific.
Flying Spuds is playing a very combo-oriented Whitemane right now, doing a whole lot of work. Now, one thing to remember with these Grave Golems, even like a 51-49 advantage on these Grave Golems puts a huge lead in the health and damage of the Grave Golem. So even though it's only 66-34, this is a big deal here for the Stabby Krabbies. Doctor actually getting focused by the intercession, getting out with 30 health.
It's just so little damage from Uneven Tree Stump, though they are ahead in experience by about half a level, so they'll get 10s here pretty soon, so hopefully maybe that slight time will help them out.
Grave Golem finally going down, didn't quite take the fort in the bottom, but it looks like Probius has taken the fort in the bottom. The Grave Golem didn't get the top fort. Here comes Nova, that has something to say about it. Oh, doesn't quite land the pinning shot. Spuds with the slow. Is that going to be enough? Aruba on the chase. Barber trying to drop a blocking pylon. Oh, Probius goes down.
Just
we take a look at the ults here. We do have the Divine Reckoning for Whitemane.
Mark Zombie getting kind of aggressive on the Doctor as the Doctor manages the concussive mine out, and he gets on just fine and has Stim drone on Mark Zombie. Mark Zombie getting real aggressive while the concussive mine drops him towards DeWitt. He comes out with the big Stormbolt, stopping DeWitt, but Eldarin's might saves DeWitt.
Now that Stim drone on Muradin could get some extra value. There are a bunch of slows available for Uneven Tree Stumps, and it's supercharged. Give him the Axe Muradin could be enough damage to turn these fights.
Give him the Axe is one of the strongest executioner talents, right? 50%? Yeah, that's...
50% on a strangely high auto attack speed tank in Muradin. We is running Haymaker, by the way. There'll be no avatar plays today. It'll be changing of positions. It looks like the Stabby Krabbies, though, taking advantage of their superior siege, are pushing down the top lane. Led, oh my gosh! Oh, there they go.
Oh, and
the ults are coming out.
Flying Spuds managing to get concussive mined out, but Mark Zombie with the Haymaker killing McGiblets, and DeWitt dropping real low as Mark Zombie chases him down, but DeWitt once again going to be able to get away with the Eldritch Smite. So Mark Zombie instead stuns Setstrand. Setstrand not having his jet thrusters on cooldown right now, but he manages to walk away without that anyways. But now, Uneven Tree Stump looking to make light of this advantage and take some camps with their incredibly fast camp clear.
They're gonna get one of these down eventually. That sledgehammer from Muradin gonna be helping out a lot on the camp clear. Probius did grab that bottom fort. So it did a big structure advantage here. Oh, Flying Spuds gets knocked into the cubby.
Oh, but
still alive?
And the Doctor's dropping real low, and he jumps down to Mark Zombie, and Flying Spud still gets out alive. I don't even know how he did it, but Mark Zombie haymakering Barber as Barber does the Z thing for Probius where it goes really fast and it goes zoom zoom. And now objectives back up, so uneven tree stumps going down into the dark below.
Breaking news, triple healer keeps player alive as the uneven tree stumps move into the bottom lane. They don't have the siege power, but maybe this grave golem does. They're gonna pick up as many skulls as they can here.
Maybe we're on the precipice of a new meta, the triple healer meta. I do not know how Flying Spuds got out of that alive.
That was quite the feat there. Flying Spuds using that zeal to stay alive. I think there was a Morales beam connected. Oriel eventually got the heal on there, but might have soaked somewhere in the neighborhood of 10, 12,000 damage. Oh, it looks like we've got a bomb drop from Sestrin. Trying to go in the back door is the Stabby Krabbies.
And right now, Stabby Krabby really putting on that pressure top. Right now, there's only 2 showing top, but they have Siege Giants there. So that's enough to take down that keep if they're not careful.
Mark Zombie looking for a haymaker. Does find DeWitt, knocking Tyrael into the keep range.
I don't even know what that ult's called from Nova. I haven't seen Nova in so long.
I want to call it Orbital Strike. Let's find out. Precision Strike.
You were much closer than I would have been. And
Probius going down here. That's a huge advantage there for uneven tree stumps, as Probius has been making their lanes collapse like crazy. Now, we're in a weird situation here for uneven tree stumps. Normally, when you've got a 60 skull advantage here on the Grave Golem, you just give up on the objective. Say, if you want to take it and take a weak objective, go ahead. But with their wave clear being as weak as it is, I think they need to get this objective moving as soon as possible.
Did Junkrat go Ripper Air? Because he's just running away from Mark Zombie. Yes, he went
Ripper Air
Ripper
has been picked by the Junkrat. The mobility increase substantial there for the Doctor.
It's just so hard to hunt down Junkrat after Ripper Air gets picked.
Oh, big stun there on the Junkrat, though.
Doctor dropping real low, but he manages to Ripper Air out with the concussive mine, and Setstran dropping down the half health from Flying Spuds, the DPS, offlane White Mage, and the Judgment Tyrael comes out on Aruba, but there's absolutely no damage in this game. Nothing can be done. Mark Zombie dropping real low, but the triple healers is going to keep him up. Cowboy Kyle dropping real low, but again, triple healers, but I don't know if he can be saved. I'm just kidding. There's 3 healers on this team. Of course he's going to be saved. He's just fine. Setstran dropping real low. The Diva Mech drops down. Setstran drops down, completely killed by uneven tree stumps. The Doctor dropping real low. They do not have triple healer. I don't know if he's going to be able to get out of the slide because triple healer is the meta in this game. Eldritch Might coming in clutch for Tyrael. Tyrael getting away. Stabby Krabby looking to disengage on this fight. Right now there is a 4-5 advantage in favor of uneven tree stump. Double stun coming out from Mark Zombie. McGiblet's dropping real low from the DPS Flying Spuds. Flying Spuds dropping McGiblet's down to 60 health. He's walking away just real, but he does not know if he gets the kill. And another double stun coming from Mark Zombie and the Doctor. Holy crap! He has enough damage. Dewey coming in. He's looking the 1v4 them, and now Barber coming in as well in the fight. Dewey getting away as Tyrael's a slippery fella. But the DPS Flying Spuds chasing down Probius just a little bit more, but does not get him. So now uneven tree stump looking to get sight, looking to get camps and possibly get control of this map so they can finish the objective and get an advantage.
I think maybe by the 27th, 28th minute, those kills may warrant long enough death timers for the low siege of uneven tree stumps to get much done. Sestrin in some trouble here, though.
The precision strike comes in, does not hit Sestrin. He's going to be just fine.
This is going to be a toughie. If uneven tree stumps falters even a little bit here, the waves pushed all the way onto the keeps. Still no structure damage, but the team fight advantage is there for uneven tree stumps.
I gotta be honest, Crush, I have no idea how you're supposed to play this match, but I guess their best bet is to just drag it out until the death timers are long and win a team fight. I think that's their only option.
I think that might be the only thing this low siege team can do, to be honest.
I think that's the pick. I don't know, I'm not a shot caller, I don't know how to do this, but now Mark Zombie is Stim Droned, and he has Executioner, and he has Stim Droned, and he's just gonna kill that Probius, and he's going for such the hyper carry Muradin. That's the play here, and now Diva's real low, Mark Zombie with the Stim Drone, finishing off Diva, double kill going towards the Muradin. I think that's their key to victory, is Stim Drone on the Executioner Muradin. Give him the axe.
Mark Zombie swinging wild here, dealing all the damage for uneven tree stumps. There goes the Siege Giants in the top lane. Those will exist for a little bit. DeWitt trying to get on out of there. Nova with the slows.
They might be able to get it if he does not have Eldritch Smite up. And oh, he just drops down. I want to point out, Crush, look at that damage. White Mane with the most damage. 15 minutes in, 50k damage. That's actually kind of impressive.
White Mane with almost the most kills in the game. The Doctor wiggling, can't get out of there. Uneven tree stumps is on the chase.
This is so ridiculous.
This is starting to work out.
And the death timers are starting to get just long enough where this could swing an uneven tree stump's favor.
Bottom lane still very much pushed out here, though Oriel's going to head on back to try to catch that up. Still 60-10 on this objective, by the way. It looks like uneven tree stumps just remembered they're going to head on down to this Grave Golem, try to get that going, use that sledgehammer DPS from Mark Zombie to nuke this boss.
Stim drone is currently up, so Mark Zombie's ready to fight. They're finishing this objective. It looks like Stabby Krabby's not going to be able to contest, and instead they're going to opt to get camps and control the map a little bit more. But now Uneven Tree Stump is backing to possibly secure the lanes. I don't know if they'll be able to save both keeps. I'm actually quite doubtful they'll be able to save both keeps. But that 90-10 Golem is going to be quite favorable.
Barber on Probius is actually taking a lot of damage from lead here. Here comes Nova. Barber's going to have to be careful. There's the snipe from Nova, but the support from Stabby Krabbies is there. Little Probius will get on out. But for how long here, Arthano?
Oh, Mark Zombie Stim Drone. This is where the power come in. He's looking for the stun. He manages to get it off, and Nova finishes the kill along with the help of White Mane. So Mark Zombie coming in, misses the Storm Bolt, and Eldritch Smite is going to get D-Way out. And it doesn't look like they're going to get any more kills, but they still have a numbers advantage, and it's very critical right now. Top keep's probably going to drop right now, so their best bet is to clear this Golem and trade in another lane or something.
Look at that poor unbalanced Golem. The slam not even cleaning up the melee minions in the lane. And it looks like the rest of Stabby Krabbies are going to try to clear this out. They might even clear it out before it takes a fort.
You know, I said top fort was going to fall, but it didn't.
Look at that slam. Oh, so sad. The root doesn't even finish off the mage. Oh, it's gonna be close.
Mark Zombie coming in with the Son of Giblets. Maybe, oh, the White Man root comes down and the top damage flying Spuds manages to finish it with the help of Morales. Diva zoning with the bomb and Mark Zombie getting concussive mine straight into the team, but he's a dwarf. He tossed us out. He's gonna be fine. Lead. Oh, a White Man root coming out on Setstran, but Setstran has to thrust her out, and right now, Uneven Tree Stump's getting kind of aggressive.
DeWitt with that double warp harassing Uneven Tree Stumps. The lane finally starting to catch up, but Probius is on the field, so that wave will not last long.
I kind of feel like Uneven Tree Stumps just perpetually had a 4 to 5 advantage for like the last 3 minutes, 5 minutes now. Which has been to their favor. They have a very good pickoff comp. I mean, I say very good. They have a better pickoff comp with Nova and Murd.
Absolutely, they're showing that now that the death timers are starting to get ever so slightly longer. They got a bit of a siege there, but ultimately they have been on the knife's edge for pretty much this whole game in terms of keeping their structures here, both their keeps, very, very low.
Not able to stop that camp, so we'll see if Uneven Tree Stumps comes to contest that. Uneven Tree Stumps inching ever so closely to level 20.
Looks like they want the Doctor. Murden's in there. Doesn't land the stun, though.
Oh, but the concussive mine comes down and does not get the Doctor to safety, but now the cooldown's off because it's a short cooldown now. Riptire comes out,
flying
dropping...
Spuds.
Oh, that could be devastating.
By McGiblets.
Mark Zombie going in on the McGiblets, and he drops down due to the power of Nova, but Oriel reviving White Mage, so this fight's going to turn around in favor. Cowboy Kyle walking away, the Diva Bomb finishes him off, and he's not able to get out. Now, Lead, Mark Zombie, Flying Spuds, and Aruba are still in this fight, doing their best to stave off Krabby Stabby. But now Dewitt getting on the aggressive, going in after Aruba, but he's running in towards this triple healer comp, and he's going to make it. But right now it's a dual healer comp because Morales is dead.
DeWitt motoring on out of there. Mark Zombie and crew still on the chase, though. Can DeWitt get the jukes? Goes into the bottom area. Mounts on up. That's going to be enough.
It is my belief DeWitt is trying to be as slippery as possible and just plain be annoying.
That double warp on the Eldruin's Might provides a whole lot of extra slipperiness for sure. The Doctor might get caught out by Mark Zombie here.
He timed the Stormbolt to follow up that Ripper Tire, but he does not manage to hit it.
A lot of haymaker damage, but the Doctor will manage to slip on out.
I don't know who dropped that spray right there, but it was either Doctor or Mark, because I know they both run that spray. And the objective is up, and right now favoring Stabby Krabby.
Stabby Krabby's Barber could be in trouble there. Nice route by Flying Spuds. Takes down the probe.
Meanwhile, the rest of the team is going for that top keep, and they managed to get a pick on Nova.
Nova taken out. Rest of Stabby Krabby's moving onto this top keep. It will definitely be going down here as the rest of Uneven Tree Stumps trying to get on the objective. They need some sort of siege power if they're going to get anything done, but here comes Mark Zombie and Cowboy Kyle.
The Hypercarry Muradin looking to save the day right now. Cowboy Kyle does have Stone Drone up for Mark Zombie, so we'll see if they'll make a play. Ripper Tire coming out, and it's going to get Cowboy Kyle and Mark Zombie in there. It looks like Junkrat picked the upgrade, so we're looking at Rip Tire back up on cooldown from now 10 seconds. Oriole reviving Aruba.
Aruba now just realizing they've been revived will rejoin the fight. The chase is real here for Uneven Tree Stumps. Diva clomping away at that 90% movement speed.
I was really hoping Oriole went the fast revive talent, but she did not. I love watching heroes like that. Mark Zombie going in on the fight. Rip Tire out. Here. Getting a cooldown reduction, so a second Rip Tire coming out from the Doctor immediately after the first tire. Going after Lead, possibly trying to get greedy and get more than one. He manages to get Lead and Mark Zombie for that cooldown reduction, so it will be up in 15 seconds. Flying Spud kind of out of position, stuck between all of them, and the Stim Drum comes out on Mark Zombie, so they managed to get the Diva Bomb down. So now they're trying to get Sets Trend and finish off Diva. That's going to be a big hit right now. They have 60 seconds of player advantage, and now Barber rooted. And another Rip Tire.
In case there wasn't enough wave clear coming out from the Stabby Krabbies, infinite Riptires, and the catapults are starting to pile up here in the top lane. There's the sledgehammer to clear them out from Mark Zombie. Oh, got a bit of a disconnect here. We'll see if the teams want to pause or soldier on.
Right now they are getting boss. Whitemane has rejoined the game.
Rejoined. All right, perfect. Oh, there they are. They're finishing that Grave Golem in the basement. That's going to be pushing the bottom lane, which is probably the better lane here for Uneven Tree Stumps.
Absolutely. I wonder if the core is enough to handle that 37.
Big root from Whitemane, though.
Oh! Precision Strike coming in. Mark Zombie manages to stun DeWitt, but DeWitt's a real slippery fella. I don't know if he's going to be able to get him. As well as the Doctor. There's a lot of slippery players on this team. Mark Zombie getting the Stim Drum, but not able to do anything with it. Misses the Stormbolt on the Doctor, and the Doctor's going to hobble away as Junkrat does, but Mark Zombie has extra move speed, and he's coming for the Doctor.
Look at that Dwarf Waddle going right into the enemy team. Stabby Krabbies has to run away from the Dwarf King. Now the chase is reversed. Here comes the Riptire.
Oh, that's a 3-man, so that's going to get another Rip Tire. So now we're looking at 3 Rip Tires coming out. Or a second Rip Tire. Aruba dropping real low. The Doctor chasing down Aruba. Aruba turning around and giving a nice snipe to Doctor, letting him know that I can fight for myself. But Aruba trying to be, but D-Wood's going to chase him down. And the chase still continues top lane and then peels off for a second.
Uneven Tree Stumps is in trouble here. They've got a Grave Golem on the core. They've got bottom lane being pushed in by a camp.
I don't know.
The fight's still continuing, though, here in the mid.
Another Rip Tire. Now Setstran being demeched.
Morales doing their best to clear the core.
Dewitt trying to stop them from back and Murden hurt them, but he's not able to fully back. I don't know if they backed in time. This might be it.
70% on the core. The Grave Golem dealing a whole 4% damage with that slam. Slapping the core to the best of their ability. The rest of Uneven Tree Stumps is here, though. But so are Stabby Krabbies. This could be it.
However, we're going to see Stim Drone, Murden possibly save the day, but I don't know if it's enough. The core's too low. It's too late. They did not back in time, and the game is going to be in favor of Stabby Krabby.
It came down to the wave clear. The triple healer comp proved successful in those team fights. Very well done by our Uneven Tree Stumps, but ultimately the reverse draft going in the favor of Stabby Krabbies.
And now we have the best game 3, which is ARAM.
So, game number 3, we've got ARAM on Lost Cavern. It's going to be a standard, get 3, pick 1 scenario for our 2 teams. And we're going to finish this off with a little bit of ARAM fun. How's the night been going so far for you, Arthano?
I'm having a good time. I really love these meme games whenever I'm not having to play in them. I love watching them. I mean, I love playing in them too, to be honest, if there's no stakes on the line.
Game 2 was a lot of fun. Game 1, a fantastic showing here for our 2 all-star teams. The fun is absolutely underway. I honestly did not expect the combo potential of Oriole Whitemane. I would not have predicted that, but it was very, very potent in those team fights.
Honestly, it was incredibly impressive. I mean, look at that, 72k damage on the offlane Whitemane. Who does that? Maybe we should look into that more.
We're going to have to throw some more random heroes at Flying Spuds and see if he can turn them into combo mages.
I know. I mean, that seems to be his thing.
Oh, gosh. All right, our teams are loading up here for our third and final matchup of the night. We'll see how many Zul'jins we get here on this ARAM, because that is the key to victory on Lost Cavern. And I will not back down from that position.
The rule on ARAM is if you have duplicate heroes, you must take that.
You gotta do it.
You gotta.
Double Garrosh, that's always fun.
I played a match earlier today that was triple Sonio, so we all went leap.
Oh, triple Sonya, that sounds awesome.
It was incredible. We lost because they had Zul and Garrosh, so we'd leap and they'd throw us. But that's besides the point. We had a good time, and that's what matters.
It was a moral victory.
It was a moral victory. I'm glad you understand that.
You gotta go for the moral victory for sure. The last time I played Brawl, I played a couple days ago, and I think we had hovered like a healer and 3 backline assassins. The last person's got Johanna, I think it was Johanna, Anubarak, and Hanzo as their options. Take a guess at which one they chose.
I bet they all went Johanna.
We've got 3 backline assassins and a healer. So of course they took Hanzo. Why wouldn't you take Hanzo?
I don't know. I feel like triple Johanna or something crazy like that would have been a good time.
You'd think so, right? Apparently I just didn't have the strats. Who's like your top pick in a brawl? Like, say you just got to choose the hero you wanted. Who are you taking into a brawl?
Orphea, without a doubt.
Orphea? Okay.
Just
I think I like Gul'dan the most. He doesn't have that infinite scaling, but just getting those big fat E's out for like 5 minutes into the game feels real good.
Yeah, that's very true. The reason why I like Orphea is she can just all that self-heal and lots of team fight damage. And she's just fun to play. She's also my favorite hero, so maybe I'm a little bit biased.
Oh, that's awesome. I think when I can't get Gul'dan, I actually really like taking Morales into
Morales
an ARAM.
is a lot of fun in ARAM, I agree.
I like going the auto attack for energy and just playing her like a frontline assassin. So fun. Alright, looks like our teams are loading up here for Lost Cavern. I better hit my ready button. We'll have game number 3 for you here in just a moment. Refresh my drink here.
Just waiting on 3 more players to ready up, and we'll get right into this.
Now, I've never spectated a brawl before. I'm not sure whether we get to see what they're hovering before we go in.
We'll get to see one of the teams.
We'll see one, okay.
I don't know if we'll see the same one, so I guess we'll find out.
Just need one more, and then we'll be right on in there. Who is it? Baba. It's like we got the teams here in the Twitch chat having some fun. Barber!
Barber, you can do it!
Let's give him the less than 4. Definitely intended typing there coming out from the Crushinator. We're so close. I want to get into this ARAM. I want to see what they pick. I do want to see some doubles. I want to see some double heroes coming out.
I once saw a triple Medivh game, and it was in an ARAM tournament.
Oh. Triple Medivh.
It was absolute insanity. Nobody could die.
That is ridiculous. Now, not the greatest siege damage on Medivh. At least in terms of buildings. You get to 20 and you just get to nuke waves. I guess you'd have to coordinate to make sure all 3 of you didn't take that down. Which would be hilarious. Alright, loading in here to Lost Cavern.
Oh, I just noticed that Uneven Tree Stump has a Treant portrait. Good on you guys.
They did do a pretty good job there of coordinating those portraits. Alright, I am seeing Uneven Tree Stumps. Is that who you're seeing?
That is who I am seeing.
Okay. Looks like we've got some fairly balanced picks here. What do we got opportunities for doubles? We could do a double Johanna.
Double Kira.
We could double Kira. Looks like that may not be the choice. Hard to turn down Orphea. Hard to turn down Orphea.
It's really hard to turn down Orphea. I would agree.
Pretty standard comp here coming out for the blue team. Why don't you go ahead and introduce them as they load in?
Also, it's Flying Spuds on the Orphea. That's terrifying. But on the blue team, Uneven Tree Stumps, we got Flying Spuds on the Orphea. We got Kelithos, played by Led. We got Cowboy Kyle on the Kira. Mark Zombie on the ETC. And Aruba on the Deckard. Over to you, Crush.
On the right, in the red, it's the Stabby Krabbies. It's DeWitt on Gul'dan. McGiblets is playing Alarak. Barber on the Greymane. Sestrin on the Ana. And the Doctor is playing Stitches. Alright, we've got some role swaps, as it were. And we're getting into it here on Lost Cavern. Flying Spuds on Orphea. That's going to be a tough one, but the Doctor
opening
landed
up with the hook on Flying Spuds, but managing to miss the slam and not able to follow that up.
Just a zoning slam. It's all right.
It's a zoning slam. That's right. The Doctor putting armor reduction on Mark Zombie. Mark Zombie sitting at about 3/4 health. Flying Spuds dropping down to half health.
DeWitt looking for a bit of a flank here. Going to be trying to stack up those E's.
Cowboy Kyle. McGiblets getting the Alarak Q off on that Discord strike. Cowboy Kyle real low. There's not going to be much healing coming out until Deckard starts getting those potions down. Blood dropping real low. And he manages to be first blood of the game. And Mark Zombie also dropping down. And Flying Spuds dropping down. All 3 dropping down. The Doctor walking away just barely with a little bit of health. And he's going to make it thanks to the power of Ana.
The triple kill here from Stabby Krabbies. And I said that DeWitt would be looking to stack those E's. But if I look at the talents, we've got a Chaotic Energy Globe quest here for Gul'dan. Going with the W build.
You know, I've been seeing a lot more of that lately. I need to look into that. Barber going in on Uneven Tree Stump, but he's going to pay for that. He's going to not walk away as Cure Poison finishes him off. Flying Spud giving the Orphea dance. She's dancing around the Doctor. She's managing to heal up. Mark Zombie walking away. Oh, the Discord strike
in trouble.
telekinesis. But Giblets gets the Kelthos. Flying Spuds coming in, fighting D-Wit, chomping him down, and he's not going to make it. And the Magic Dorito comes out, missing everyone. And Cowboy Kyle coming in with the stun, followed by Mark Zombie. The Doctor dropping real low at Stitches, but Stitches manages to heal up and instead turns that into a 2-for-0 kill.
Unbelievable fights here coming out from both of our teams. But right now, it's Stabby Krabby's coming out ahead in these engagements.
Oh, and the hook on lead, and there's not going to be any follow-up. The Doctor might pay for it with his life, and D-Wood dropping real low. Cowboy Kyle coming in with the stun, followed by the Magic Dorito, and the Magic Dorito manages to end Barber's life.
DeWitt managing to get away even after being hit with the tip of the root. Using that W build to full effect, even going with the health. He's just taking W talents here, Darthano. He's picking the Drain Life icon.
I like to believe Dewitt knows what he's doing. He's up to date on the meta, and I've seen a lot of that, but hold that thought, telekinesis comes out, and Cowboy Kyle comes out with the stun and manages to not kick him into the Magic Dorito. McGiblet's dropping real low. Kelthos manages to drop dead. Mark Zombie drops dead, and no one's dropping dead over on Krabby Stabby's side.
Amazingly, the Doctor with the backline gank still manages to walk all the way out of there. And it looks like Uneven Tree Stumps will need to retreat here, or possibly go right back in, trading Orphea for Stitches. One thing to note here on McGiblets on that Alarak, 132 sadism. Can they keep it? Oh, Alarak going down. Back to 100 sadism.
Oh, man. Alarak's such a stressful hero to play.
Oh, man. I think I do okay on Alarak, but just trying to land those W's in tandem with the Q's so difficult.
Mark Zombie coming in with the power slide. Not able to get him into the root, though. D-Wood jumping real low thanks to the power of Flying Spuds, but Mark Zombie drops dead. But Kelthos manages to finish the Gul'dan. The Doctor walking away with just a little bit of health. The cure poison might be enough if Setstring can't heal him, and the Fountain does not do enough. Lead jumping real low. Cowboy Kyle coming in with the stun, and Aruba and Flying Spuds hoping to follow up, but they're not able to get the Setstring.
Having to back away from those walls. Flying Spuds wanted that last chomp, but Sestrin will get on out of there. A lot of quests being completed from both of our teams here. We've got Globe quests from Kael'thas and ETC. Those are going to take a little bit longer to complete here. 12 globes picked up by Gul'dan. Kira nearly done with that level 1 quest as well. Big sleep though onto Lead.
Is Lead going to get out? He is going to get out, and instead that's going to be a counter kill on Gul'dan. And a mosh pit coming out. I didn't even realize these teams got 10.
They just now got 10. There is the quick mosh from Mark Zombie. Very nicely done as the Doctor barely misses that hook. Stay a while and listen from the Deckard. A Pyroblast from Kael'thas. Crushing Jaws and Unrelenting Strikes. Now remember, Unrelenting Strikes on Kira, that's not the final strike, that's the big sweeping stun, so look out for that in these fights.
Interesting.
The Doctor abducting Orphea though. Flying Spuds is going to be in trouble.
Oh, he manages to get her over the wall, and the Mega Trump coming out, and she manages to get a kill on Alarak before dropping her life. Fire Blast coming out on Barber. Barber walking away with half health, but Lead dropping down due to poison. Gul'dan's going to finish Lead, and Gul'dan's looking to kill Aruba. Can he do it? No, he cannot. The magic. Wow, so much is happening right there.
Kira taken out by the rest of Stabby Krabbies in the mid lane. Aruba managing to escape, but that is all. It's the Stabby Krabbies now up many kills to fewer kills, because I can't add on the fly here, Arthano. Flying Spuds trying to get some extra damage, but may pay for it.
Oh, Mark Zombie coming in with the big stun and managing to get him in the Magic Dorito. McGiblet's doing the counter strike, managing to do some damage, but he might pay for it with his life. He's dropping down. ETC finishes him off. The Doctor dropping real low. He's getting caught out by the stun. He might get caught by the stun. He does! And that's going to cost him his life as well.
Cowboy Kyle landing the big stun means the Doctor goes down. Now looking at Alarak, Alarak actually did pick up the Rite of Rak'Shir. Now when I pick up Alarak in Brawl, I always go Pure Malice, because there's so many deaths. But being a little cocky there, grabbing the Rite of Rak'Shir as is normal, gonna take advantage of the enemy deaths with that talent.
Yeah, I pick the same one as you do normally whenever I play Alarak in Brawl.
Absolutely there. If I take a look at the alts, we do see the Horrify coming out from Gul'dan in the continued W build. That's going to be a lot of extra drain life on Gul'dan, as well as some extra slows. That'll really help out with those Alarak hits, as Mark Zombie taking a ton of damage.
Magic Dorito out on Barber, the Orphea chump coming in, following up, but she manages to not get the W off, but Anna's gonna die, Kelthos is gonna die, Flying Spud's taking tower shots, he's going to die, Alarak's going to die, everyone's going to die. This is not going well for anyone. This is not a good day to be anyone in this game. The Doctor dropping real low, and Uneven Tree Stump managing to finish him off. The Magic Dorito gets D-Wit, they might be able to follow that up and finish him. The Broderick Cube comes out, but they're not able to follow that up. There's not enough damage alive, but they are going to get this tower.
Very nicely done, DeWitt, with that level 13 W talent. Going to get 75% more healing on that W as Greymane is going to go down here. Very nicely done. It looks like Uneven Tree Stumps are starting to turn the tide, with Cowboy Kyle caught by the Ana Sleep Dart. But Goodlets, oh, is the counter-strike available?
Oh, the Doctor Hook getting a Ruba. I don't know if he has Gorge up. He does not for 3 more seconds, so not in time, but Mark Zombie gonna get pulled back by the Telekinesis and the Discord Strike, and now the Doctor's gonna kidnap Mark Zombie, walk him all the way to the back. Mark Zombie is not getting out of this alive.
Very nicely done. Our team's trading blows back and forth. Still no forts down so far, as we get level 16 here for both teams. Flying Spuds could be in some trouble here, getting silenced by McGiblets and absolutely denied by Barber.
Absolutely.
Doctor's looking for a hook. Rotating around on that Stitches. What could he find? Nothing. He does have the fishing hook. And there it is, the hook onto Aruba.
There's no kidnapping.
Stay a while on 5!
Holy crap, a quintuple stay a while and listen, and Uneven Tree Stumps can't quite finish anyone off, but they do manage to counter-engage and save Cowboy Kyle's life out of that.
An amazing job there on Deckard, unfortunately falling in response, but a huge stay a while. Doctor could be in trouble here in the mid. There goes Stitches. DeWitt is going to try to walk away from Flying Spots. Barber is getting chased down and goes down to the Kira. This could be the opening that Uneven Tree Stumps needs to siege down their first fort of the game.
All these games have been so close, and yet Stabby Krabby has managed to just barely inch out of all of them.
Trying to grab those globes. ETC did finish that globe quest. Kael'thas finishing it as well. Looks like our globe quests are all complete, so our heroes are fully operational. Here comes Stitches and Greymane back on the field. Here they come. Mark Zombie waiting in the top bush. The hook is out, so the Doctor is a little bit caught out here. Slid and stunned, but Kael'thas is abducted here.
T-Wick getting caught out. He's going to be finished by Uneven Tree Stump, and a 3-man stay a while and listen coming out, followed by the Orphea Chomp and Mark Zombie power sliding in. Barber's going to drop down, followed by the whatever key result's called, stunning and dropping 3 people.
Yep, those I always want to call it revolving strikes because you know, revolves around, you know. Apparently it's called unrelenting strikes, which is something I will definitely see in a normal game ever.
I almost said revolving right there too.
Let's petition Blizz to rename that one. I think we've got the call on that.
I agree, I'm with you there, Crush.
Level 20 is here for the Tree Stumps. They're trying to siege this down, and with these extended death timers, they're finally going to start getting onto this keep wall. Level 20, a little bit further off here for Stabby Krabbies. Not a lot of opportunities to go to the off lane to pick up this XP, so they're kind of just stuck waiting. Doctor looking for an abduct combo here, but needs this wave clear first. There it is. There's the hook. And the abduct. Mark Zombie on that ETC is taken into keep range. But there's the Bolt of the Storm! Slip it on out.
What a play, but Gul'dan managing to kill Orphea in that time, but amazing that Mark Zombie got out.
Very nice bolt there from our ETC player. Oh, the fishing hook catches Aruba. Oh, the silence by Alarak before the stay a while could go out. Barber is going to be going in. There's Alarak going in as well. But the disengage will be just good enough for uneven tree stumps. Got a bit of a counter push here. The doctor's looking for another hook. Oh, catches
my God!
He's unstoppable with these hooks. There is the unrelenting strikes, catches two. There's the sleep from the Deckard. Barber's actually going to go down here. The doctor, with all that health, still stuck under the tower. Kira's going to fall. Oh! Stitch's regen too strong. I'm not sure the doctor's ever going to die again at this point.
I do want to point out that Setstrom just went off on the doctor with the Q stuns. Real quick, Orpheus dropping down Dewitt. And the doctor kidnapping Aruba. I'm not sure if they can get Aruba right now. Orphea with the mega chump coming in, following up on McGiblets. More zombie power slides in. McGiblets dropping real low. He pulls out the unstoppable and manages to kill ETC while Orphea trades.
Orphea going into Sestrin. Sestrin getting a lot of self-healing there. Anna staying very, very healthy. The doctor's going to go down here because Sestrin have enough stacks to stay alive. Barber's back on the field. And gets the counter kill onto Orphea. Unbelievable work there by Sestrin to keep that fight going. I think Barber's got enough health. Yeah. So it is a 3v3 for now. Led taking a lot of damage from those untalented E's. But it's enough damage apparently for Barber to get the follow-up. Great kill onto Kael'thas.
Great kill indeed.
Trying to get the counter push on these lanes. They will have a 5v4 once Stitches catches up here. Still working on this fort wall of uneven tree stumps as I stumble over my words once again.
We've been going at it for like 2 or 3 hours now. Oh, the doctor kidnapping Kira. Oh, he's going!
The hungry Stitches catches too!
Cowboy Kyle coming in with the triple stun and now the revolving strike because that's what it's going to be called from now on. And Gul'dan drops down McGiblets deep in the back line, not being able to get out, and he unstoppables, puts out the damage. But Cowboy Kyle going to finish him off with the poison. The Flying Spuds Mega Chomp killing Anna, killing Greymane. Now the doctor walking away, and the Blink mosh pit. Mark Zombie in the all chat with word.
Started off with Gul'dan getting put on the revolver and the full team wipe from uneven tree stumps. They're going to get this keep for sure. Now these death timers in ARAM are still fairly short, about 5 seconds before Gul'dan's on the field, 15 for the rest. So I don't think they're going to have core here, but they definitely got this keep. Looks like they're going to try for it though here in Arthano.
At the very least, they can do some permanent core damage. But if they stagger
is out. Stabby Krabbies will not be able to heal while they're in that Nexus. They're going to be relying on Anna here. 50% on this core. Maybe this push could be the one.
Could be the one. Oh, the Orphea chomp coming out. Not hitting anyone, but the Gravity Lapse coming in and stopping the Giblets. Orphea getting kidnapped by the Doctor. Hungry Stitches going to town. Right now, Flying Spuds coming out and getting killed. And now Orphea's going to get caught out. But Kira,
revolver hitting to win again, but that W healing is doing so much work here for Gul'dan.
Oh, the Pyroblast kills Greymane, and now Kira's just going to town, managing to put some significant damage on the 3 before she drops.
Can Stabby Krabbies stabilize here? They've got the 3 kills for 1. They're going to look to push this lane out. Looks like Uneven Tree Stumps has a pretty good stranglehold of this game here. Level 24 to 24. Led looking to get a little bit of extra damage. Uses the geography to get away from the pull of McGiblets.
Led just barely dodging that sleep. That might have been followed up by a devastating hook.
Just dodging, ducking, dipping, diving, and dodging. We've got a possible gank bush here. There's only so many bushes here on Lost Cavern, but it looks like Stabby Krabbies have found one of them.
Oh, this is the version without camps.
They're saying, oh, it's Anna alone in the mid lane. The rest of the team must have gone off to take a camp on Silver City. We've got an opportunity here. Led, ooh, avoiding the hook of the Doctor once again. Kael'thas with the expert shimmies. These super potions from Deckard are going to only be good as long as they're not getting pulled out of position here, which is kind of the whole shtick of Stabby Crabbies here. Oh, Kyle just feeling that hook graze the shorts, but a huge horrify.
Oh, the huge mosh pit from Mark Zombie followed by the Orphan. That's a complete wipe. That is GG.
Unbelievable. Finding the opening, going in on the horrify, landing that mosh, and they're going to cruise on down to the core and finish it off.
Can somebody clip that? That was beautiful.
Fantastic stuff. GG. Uneven Tree Stumps picks up their point. Very nicely done.
Very nicely done indeed.
I'm not sure we get a post-game screen in Brawl. Let's find out.
I have no idea. Oh, we do.
Hey, take a look at that. Very high damage numbers coming up from our teams. 35 kills to 31. Orphea leading the way with 97, almost 98,000 damage, barely edging out Lead on that Kael'thas. Gul'dan doing 76k on a W build. Fantastic work there as well, but ultimately that ending fight was too hot to handle. And Uneven Tree Stumps picks up game number 3.
Yep, I mean, all three of these games were very close games ultimately. At
Very
least on
nicely
paper.
done from our two squads. Now, I'm thinking group interview with everybody seems like the call.
Yeah, I think so.
Let's head on down and see if we can jump in here.
Present.
Hello, everybody.
Not reach out.
Hello.
Hello.
It is a gigantic group interview here for the end of the NGS Division D East All-Star game. How'd everybody feel today?
That was fun.
Yeah.
Had a lot of really good games there. Tell me about that mosh at the end there, Mark Zombie. That was a fantastic kill there.
The thing is, I was getting kind of tired. Done playing with my food, and I was like, all right, I'll just blink over the wall and mosh him. I was waiting there for like, I don't know, 45 seconds.
We were also waiting in bushes for 45 minutes, waiting for y'all.
I think we all just saw the tree stumps draft at the start and said, all right,
Yeah.
well.
I asked if we could remake. My request was denied.
No remakes here.
We have rules in place.
One question I have for you, Spuds. When did you realize that White Mane was a combo mage?
Once I saw that route, I was like, and then I was just like pre-fired and looked at the 20s, and I actually misclicked. I wanted to go purge the wicked to just one-shot people, but I just looked through a kit and I was like, oh, these are all some like damagey talents, you know. And I saw that route and I was just like, I think I'm gonna try and one-shot some fools.
You've actually had more damage than me as Junkrat for like quite a while.
that was definitely quite the game there. Oh boy. So
White Mane offlane meta incoming.
I mean, against the diva, it's just kind of wet noodle fighting for a while.
we'll have to see how that matchup evolves after the Diva rework, though. I think White Mane still might have the edge there.
Hell yeah, Diva rework, please, Blizzard.
Alrighty, so as we wrap up here at the All-Star game, Arthano, do you have any questions for our teams today?
Yeah, Mark Zombie, was that a personal vendetta whenever you blinked over the wall to mosh for one person? I believe it was the doctor you moshed for?
Parts of it was me, because did you see how many of his storm bolts I dodged with Junkrat?
I don't even need to comment. That's all true. I was trying to kill the doctor.
Same thing.
Couldn't do it.
And follow-up question, this one's for DeWitt. Now that you've played with some other people, would you consider replacing anyone on Zul'jin Distillery with any of your new All-Star teammates?
No, these are all good players, but I'll always stick with my boys.
Oh, that's very kind of you. For the record, I would absolutely replace my teammates with any of those people.
Yeah, yo, playing with Lev was
Agree.
nice.
I mean, you didn't recommend, or you didn't ask me to recommend your team. You know, you just said my team.
I don't know. I think I might pick up Flying Spuds one of these days. Combo made White Mane and Keltu's God against mobile heroes popping off.
You'll do, but you won't let me solo Hill Zarya? This is bullshit.
No one said you could talk, McGiblets.
I'm under contract
Alright.
and I have to listen to him.
That's
Well-
all I got, Crush.
Well, I think this was a nice, fun end to the NGS season here for Division D East. I know I'm going to be back next season, casting, playing, doing my best. I hope all of you are ready to come on back as well. Yeah, had a whole lot of fun today. Hope everyone had fun putting this on. Thank you, DeWitt, for organizing. And I'm glad we could put on the show here. So thank you all very much for participating and coming on out. It was a really fun time.
Thank you, guys.
Yeah, thank you guys. Good times.
GG, everybody.
Thank you.
GG's.
GG's.
Yeah, GG's, guys.
Alrighty. So, Arthano, that is going to do it here for the All-Star game. Are there any closing remarks you'd like to make? Any shout-outs?
Shout out to all the All-Stars who came out and played a fun meme game. If you're looking to get into amateur HOTS, the game is still very much alive. NGS is bigger than ever this last season. Come back next season. I believe it's starting in early September. I don't have that date for that. If you happen to have that date, or if someone in chat has that date, please plug it in. Gather a team. There's a free agent combine coming up pretty soon. I also do not have that date off the top of my head. I should have been more prepared. But if you do not have a team, that's a good chance to get picked up by a team, or maybe find some other people who don't have a team that might be willing to make a team. Now's a great time to get into amateur HOTS. It's a good time. You can be involved with ridiculous stuff like this. There's other custom game shenanigans that happens from time to time, not just All-Stars. So please get into HOTS.
Absolutely. I believe that free agent combine is on the 11th in 2 weeks, I want to say. And then we're looking at a season start of, I think you had it right, September 7th. So you've got plenty of time, plenty of weeks to find some teammates. Head on over to the NGS Discord, nexusgamingseries.org. Get you all the info that you need there. Now, I'm going to double check, but I think we've got another all-star type game happening tonight. Let me grab the hype. Starting at, I think Duke Zach has some more action we can throw over to. Let me just double check, make sure that's still going on. Yeah. All right, so we're going to throw a raid over to Duke Zach. You've got the... Oh no, is it over? I thought the Div C thing was on tonight. Or was that earlier? Oh, that was yesterday, my bad. I thought that was today too. Oops. Alright, so I think what we're gonna do is call it there. So Arthano, thank you very much for coming on with me tonight for this season finale. Yeah, keep an eye on the NGS Discord, keep an eye on the website, make sure you come on out for the Combine. And thanks for being with me today, and hope to see you again next season, Arthano.
Thank you for having me, Crush.
Alright, everyone in chat, thanks for watching today, and we'll catch you next time. Bye.